I did a video last week about how the success of the Blackout Battle Royale game mode in Black Ops 4 has promoted a new conversation about #HaloBR, and I got to thinking, what are some other things that Halo and Halo Infinite and 343 Industries could learn from the Black Ops 4 launch? What are some things that they could do really well? Well, let's do that. Let's talk about 6 things that 343 Industries and Halo Infinite can learn from Black Ops 4 right after the drop. So what's up everybody, how's it going? Legundo here, welcome back, and today we're doing a little bit of a conversation and a little bit of a commentary about a couple things that 343 could learn to put into Halo Infinite that they could learn from the current hottest game on the internet, and that is Black Ops 4. So if you like this video, you find it useful, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know if I missed anything, if you think this entire video is ridiculous, or what you think they should take, steal, interpret, enjoy from the Black Ops world down in those comments down below. But let's get started. And I think one of the main things they need to do with Halo Infinite is focus on the fun. Black Ops 4 decided to cut their campaign to focus on the aspects of their game that people play over and over and over. And while there is no way in hell cutting a campaign for a Halo title would be acceptable, the Halo story is by far its greatest selling point, in my opinion, over games like Black Ops. You need to spend the appropriate amount of time in the aspects of the game people are going to be playing over and over and over again. If this means not doing super crazy, super high fidelity, ultra realistic cutscenes and instead focusing more on in-game, in-engine cinematic to be able to focus on things like multiplayer polish, weapon balancing, different weapons, tuning additional assets, forge mechanics, or more, giving the time and effort towards the aspects of the game that lend to the longevity of your game. So specifically, in my opinion, things like Warzone, custom games, Forge, and game scripting. Those are super critical to the longevity and success of the title overall. Know what your aces are and really try to land on those specific key points. And number 2, and this one is a little bit more technical, but is something I really want to see, launch the game on PC. Now, we already sort of have a confirmation that this is going to be happening. Halo Infinite is a first-party title, and there have been multiple different comments from multiple people at Microsoft that first-party titles will be part of the Xbox Play Anywhere program from this point forward. This point being sometime last year when the exact quote was made. That means that based off of that comment alone and that fact alone, Halo Infinite should be released to PC. And I, for one, am very excited about the concept of playing Halo Infinite on PC. We can have another conversation about how it should not be in the Windows store, and you should try to make it available on some platform that people actually enjoy purchasing their games from. But with it being a Microsoft title and a Play Anywhere title, every Play Anywhere title so far has been on the Windows Store. It seems to be a necessary evil or a inconvenient pain to be able to play the games you want on PC, but I'm gonna suffer that if it means I'll be able to play Halo over here. Playing on PC, I've lost my controller skills. I'm very much a mouse and keyboard player, so I would love to be able to play the game where I am most comfortable. Next, number 3, a return to form, remaking maps from Halo's past. Remakes and remasters were very common in Halo 5. Unfortunately, they were all remakes and remasters of maps that were new to Halo 5. Multiple maps were remixed multiple times, and this led to maps feeling somewhat samey. It's hard to differentiate one skytop tower from another, one UNSC base from another. Sure, you have the frozen and unfrozen version of a space station, or the relatively intact and then buried underground version, which are more distinct and more dynamic, but even things like the rig and molten, sure, there's lava now. That's really the only huge change as far as the aesthetic of the map. That, I think, is not really taking it far enough. There are so many maps that can be remastered from Halo's past, iconic maps, iconic maps, remastered from Halo's past. Guardian, Lockout, Last Resort, The Pit, all of these maps, even regardless of the movement mechanics in Halo Infinite, whether or not it will be the Halo 5 enhanced mobility or more of a return to classic Halo form, all of these maps can and should be remastered for Halo Infinite and brought up to the current generation or current platform that you'll be able to play these fan favorites on. Bringing maps like this back is an instant dose of nostalgia and reminiscence, and longtime Halo fans will know exactly where to go on these maps, which will really make them connect with the title. Number 3, provide different experiences and keep them separate. One of the biggest complaints that you got from Halo 5's rec system was that it intermingled the one-time use item cards of Warzone with the cosmetic and unlock and progression-based unlocks for Arena. People who didn't play Warzone at all were upset that a lot of the things that they were unlocking as their permanent cards in each rec pack were associated with a mode that they had no intention of playing, and vice versa. I know personally, as a Warzone-centric player, once I got the armors I really liked, any additional armors that I unlocked from a pack was basically just a failed pack for me, and I would have to move on to the next one to see if I got some combinations for the weapons that I really wanted to use. Black Ops doesn't mix game modes. There's different currencies, there's different progression for each individual experience between zombies, Blackout, and the standard multiplayer. Blackout has none because it's a Battle Royale mode. I'm really glad that they don't have progression in the Battle Royale mode, but zombies and multiplayer have different perks, different abilities, and different unlocks. Now, to be completely fair, Black Ops 4 has yet to turn on its microtransactions, which it inevitably will be doing, considering despite Black Ops' crazy popular success and crazy well reception, they missed their sales market numbers from Activision and their sales targets. You want to hear a little bit more about that? Go check out this video with the card up in the top right hand corner. I cover this issue in depth. But don't cross the streams, don't cross the modes. Allow each mode to shine on its own with its own progression, its own unlock system, and its own individualized aspect towards making your character yours. Next up, just steal Heist. Just absolutely steal this game mode. Now, this is actually something that maybe was going to be coming to Halo 5. There was originally some sort of rumor and data mining and leak of Wararena or Rec Slayer. And while we never exactly found out what that game mode was supposed to play like, I, at the time, made a video saying that I really hope that this is like a mini Counter-Strike playable inside of the Halo sandbox. Heist is a mini Counter-Strike playable inside of the Call of Duty sandbox, where two teams fight over a bag of money and use that money to unlock new weapons, perks, skills, and score streaks. I'm a huge fan of strategic gameplay like this, where it's not just your ability to shoot your opponents, but selecting the right weapons for the right task at the right time. Doing that in Halo with the extensive rec pool and having a little bit of extra utility and customization on a round by round basis is a game mode that I could really appreciate and jump into. So really just pull a Heist and take Heist, or call it Counter-Strike, or call it Wararena or Rec Slayer. I love this game mode. I want to see it in Halo. Please make it in Halo. And then finally, we have to mention the Battle Royale mode. Battle Royale is a crazy popular trend right now, and I would have expected by now for it to be burning out and not really as popular as it was at its inception. Call of Duty put out a really polished experience with Blackout. A lot of people were saying it was just going to be a cash grab. This is the reason why they dropped campaign without any real evidence to either of those statements. But in reality, Blackout's pretty clean and pretty well received by a lot of people, especially those who might not be members of the hardcore gaming watch YouTube videos every day sort of community. I had somebody over my house. He was visiting and just sort of hanging out this past weekend, and we ended up playing a lot of Black Ops 4, just alternating between matches, between kills, between deaths when we were playing zombie mode. He really enjoyed and appreciated Blackout, and he did so without any sort of baggage of saying, oh, a Battle Royale mode doesn't belong in blank. He basically said, what's this? I explained BR games to him, and he was like, oh, that sounds awesome, let's play. and we ended up playing and screwing around for a couple hours. That is how you access the masses, and accessing the masses is how you make your game overall successful and overall well received. They're not going to be the people who are watching YouTube videos on the title. They're not going to be constantly tuned into a Twitch stream of the game that you're going to be playing, but it's going to be fun for them, and fun equals success in games. If you can make a game a lot of people enjoy, odds are a lot of people will play it. So, a battle royale mode in Halo, yeah, I'm all for this. And also go check out the #HaloBR video I did last week as well. I was a little busy over the weekend as far as videos, and the end of last week as well. I hope you like some of the newer stuff I'm doing here on the channel. And that's pretty much it. That's 6 things I think 343 could do to really make Halo Infinite stand out and take the time to copy a little bit off of Black Ops 4's success. We all know that Call of Duty has a little bit of a tendency for copying off of Halo. Haha, Infinite Warfare joke 2 years later. But still, I think it is a very worthwhile thing to look at, and I think it's worth paying attention to this bit of little impromptu and free market research off of the success of a title that, by all merits, a lot of people were saying wasn't going to be successful because of something they saw about the game. Now, I'm not saying Black Ops 4 is perfect, far from it. I'm actually going to be posting a video about some of the complaints I have on the title a little bit later this week. But these are the positives that 343 can use, and I want to know what you think as well. Do you think any of these should make their way into Halo Infinite? None of them? Did I miss something above and beyond the 6 options I gave here? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. But as always, you know what to do. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you hated it, subscribe for some more Halo, Black Ops, and everything else news and analysis here on the channel. Go out there, be good to each other, and I'll talk to you next time.